Hello, I am Glenn Fine, the DoD Principal Deputy Inspector General, performing the duties of the Inspector General. I want to discuss the 2019 Compendium of Open Office of Inspector General recommendations to the Department of Defense. First, some background about why this annual document, now in its third year, is important to the DoD and why we at the Office of Inspector General decided in 2017 to begin compiling these open recommendations in an annual compendium. Our mission at the DoD OIG is to detect and deter waste, fraud, and abuse in DoD programs and operations, to promote the economy, efficiency, and effectiveness of the DoD, and to help ensure ethical conduct throughout the DoD. To fulfill this mission, our workforce conducts independent audits, evaluations, and investigations of DoD programs, operations, activities, and personnel. In this work, we often make recommendations for improvements. For example, we may recommend recovering funds, updating policies, improving internal controls, implementing best practices, or holding individuals accountable for improper actions. We cannot compel DoD officials to implement our recommendations, but they are required to respond as to whether they concur with the recommendations and what corrective actions they will take to address the recommendations if they concur. If management officials concur, they should implement the corrective actions in a timely fashion. Improvements to DoD operations through the corrective actions can have significant monetary and non-monetary benefits, including saving tax dollars, operating more effectively and efficiently, and providing greater support to the warfighter. While the DoD often takes prompt action to address our recommendations, we believe it is important for the OIG to track, report on, and focus attention on those recommendations that have yet to be fully implemented. Since our first compendium was published in 2017, the DoD has made a substantial effort to address open recommendations and has provided supporting documentation that has led to the closure of over 1,300 recommendations. However, many recommendations remain open. In our 2019 compendium, which we issued on July 22nd, the DoD OIG identified 1,581 recommendations that remain open as of March 31st, 2019. Of these 1,581 open recommendations, DoD management has agreed to take corrective action on 1,481 recommendations. In addition, the compendium contains information on 41 open recommendations from DoD OIG reports with potential monetary benefits of $4.8 billion. We also list another 80 recommendations that are more than 5 years old. The number of recommendations more than 5 years old has increased 42% since we issued the 2018 compendium last year. The 2019 compendium also highlights the top 30 high-priority open recommendations that we believe could improve the effectiveness of DoD operations and provide cost savings to the taxpayer. In the 2019 compendium, we have included a new chapter that discusses the findings and recommendations that resulted from the first ever DoD-wide financial statement audits, as well as the process that the DoD OIG and independent public accounting firms will use to follow up on those recommendations. We have seen that the DoD has taken our open recommendations and this compendium seriously. For example, when we first issued the compendium, the Secretary of Defense asked for regular briefings on the status of open recommendations. In addition, DoD OIG managers also meet monthly with DoD senior leaders to discuss their plans for implementing agreed-upon corrective actions and providing documentation when the actions are complete. We believe these concerted efforts to address open recommendations are a positive step and an important impact of our compendium. We will therefore continue to issue this compendium on an annual basis to track and follow up on open recommendations. For additional information on the compendium, or on how to file a hotline complaint, or to review publicly released DoD OIG reports, you can visit the DoD OIG's website at www.dodig.mil. Thank you for your interest in the DoD OIG and in this compendium.